couple weeks ago in my Sunday homily, I spoke about looking at some pictures from the past, and particularly like pictures of when I was young. And since then, I've been kind of on a kick of doing that. It's kind of fun to see those moments and just to take you back to times in your life that have kind of escaped your memory in some ways, and just to like really bring that back forcefully. And I continue to go back to pictures from even the time around my birth, and just to see how beautiful it is, those moments where you can see your parents' faces when they first look at you. That's something pretty amazing. Just the other day, I did a prayer experience in a group, and that prayer experience was focused on imagining God's delight when you were born, imagining the look on his face when you were brought into this world, and how he was forming you in the womb. And I think sometimes, far too often, we find that it's hard to imagine God loving us. It's hard to imagine that God really cares for us or wants the best for us. It oftentimes feels like God is distant from us, or that he's not going to be there for us. But when we do these sorts of prayers, when we think of what his face might look like, we know that it's true. We know that the Lord is there for us. And Jesus speaks so beautifully about his relationship with the Father, that he is one with the Father, that he does nothing without the Father, that he can't do anything without the Father, that he was sent from the Father. It's a beautiful show of obedience and love between him and the Father. And one of the reasons Jesus came, one of the main reasons, was to show us the Father, to show us the love of the Father, that he gave us his only Son. And sometimes we might feel like God the Father is distant from us, but he's not. It's like the prophet Isaiah says today in our first reading. Although a mother might forget her children, even a mother who cares so deeply for her children, like all mothers do, even so, if that were to happen, God would not forget you. I ask you to take those words to heart today, to pray with that the Lord will never forget you. And especially now, as we've kind of made it through to the midpoint of Lent, just to allow yourself to rest in that knowledge today, that the Father never forgets you, that he loves you, he delights in you, and his greatest delight is to see you fulfilled, to see you happy, and to have a relationship with him, because that is our greatest joy and our greatest happiness. We ask that today, that grace. May God bless you all.